One of the greatest challenges to preventing the spread of infectious diseases in the developing world comes simply from our inability to efficiently diagnose these diseases. In truth, what holds us back isn't the technology, but rather the money. We need a cheaper, simpler, and hopefully renewable solution. Now, I've always been amazed that we can genetically engineer cells to behave in certain ways, and that got me thinking, what if I could engineer a yeast cell to be the test? So, what we can do is we can modify a cell to produce a coating that will bind to specific antibodies that are only found in the blood of an infected patient. Using a mixture of these cells, if the antibody is present, it'll form a bridge between them. Now, if we were to put cells into a round bottom well, what would naturally happen is they would fall and then tumble towards the middle, making a nice little button like what you see on the right here. But if they're bridged together, when they fall, they can't quite tumble, and they create these sheets. The result is a very easily distinguishable positive from negative signal. And what's remarkable is that we can change the coating and tailor it to any disease we want. So I began my work with Chagas disease, which is a parasitic infection common in Latin America, and moved on to dengue virus, which affects hundreds of millions of people around the world. And anyone in this room can pick out the positive sheets from the negative buttons. Now, let me tell you 4 reasons why this is really exciting. Number 1, this test takes 1 drop of blood and just over 1 hour. Number 2, the cost of these materials is virtually nothing because the cells self-replicate with just sugar, water, and salt. Number 3, and those of you who bake at home will know, yeast can be dried and stored on a shelf for years in those packets you get at the grocery store for about $1. And 4, and this is the kicker, each one of those packets has enough in it to do over 5,000 tests. So, let's go through the checklist. Is it cheap? Absolutely. Is it renewable? It's a living, breathing cell. It copies itself. And is it simple? Again, any of you could look at this and tell me the diagnosis. So in 3 minutes, I hope I've given you a taste of why I'm really excited to share my thesis with the world. And hopefully we can make this diagnosis problem not such a great challenge after all. Thank you very much.